Welcome to Garage Sales Unhinged.
where the characters are as quirky as the finds.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Jake.
Join us as we dive into the wild world of garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, and anywhere secondhand sales are happening.
From bizarre bargains to hilarious haggles.
You won't believe the stories we've got lined up.
Let's get unhinged.
I was wondering why you brought up, you just started talking about some bar. I was like,
Oh, the final record.
the vinyl was the thing. I was like, you just assume that I'm drunk right now?
I thought you were hip. I guess not.
Guess not.
Ugh. All right, Jake, I want to have a debate.
A debate.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you think I said?
I don't know. I do a tricky hearing, so that could have been misconstrued.
So for those that don't know, Jacob and I are actually recording this in person right now.
Yeah.
And we're usually over the internet.
Right.
And so, yeah, like we can see each other's, not just facial expressions, but the whole body movement of like, whenever I said that, Jake was like frozen. Was like, debate. Oh my, what? Okay, I've been thinking about this. And here's the question. Here's part of the debate. If you needed to buy something, where would you go to buy it to get the best deal?
It depends on what I'm buying, right?
Right. So I'm going to throw something out there. Let's say that you needed to buy at least 4 dinner plates.
Okay.
Where do you think you would go to get and they don't have to be fancy. You just needed 4 dinner plates. You're having some people come over. You need dinner plates to serve the meal. Where would you go to get hey, they're still good quality, but I didn't spend a lot of money?
Okay. A place that comes to mind, you might know it, you might not, but there is a chain of what feels like, it's not secondhand, but it's certainly like discounted stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It might still be one of these places that sells overstock, but Ollie's, are you familiar with Ollie's?
No.
So Ollie's sells a lot of houseware type stuff, but also some pantry items and vacuums and rugs and stuff. So it's a big grab bag, but
let's talk about you're only going to buy it secondhand.
Oh, okay.
So if Ollie's doesn't do secondhand,
No, they don't. Yeah.
Now they could be an overstock company, and they are.
That's not quite secondhand though.
Yeah.
There's some vintage places around here.
Yeah.
That it's way on the down low, cheap wise, So I'd probably hit those places up. And if appearances, the queen isn't coming, for dinner. And if anything's fine as long as the food just isn't on the table or the floor, then yeah, I'd hit up one of these places and and if they don't have to match, that's even easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd hit up a local vintage resale shop.
So here's my thing. I think you could probably get dinner plates at a garage sale for way cheaper than a thrift store.
You're probably right.
I know I'm right. So, because I've been thinking about this a long time.
Not much of a debate when the other party's like, I can see your point. No, the whole point of this program is to make people angry.
Well, it's one of those things, go to a garage sale, and if someone's selling, or even an estate sale, honestly, estate sales have a lot of kitchen stuff in there. And for people that are not familiar, if you go to an estate sale, they probably have brought things in from multiple houses. So it's not just one family stuff. They're bringing in multiple families' things. And you can buy plates there, good condition, everything. They may not match, but who cares? For really pennies on the dollar. Now, if they are China, you're probably not paying cheap prices. Also, I don't know. Okay, interesting fact. Used to be whenever couples were getting married, they would put China on their wedding registry.
Right.
Younger couples now don't put China on the wedding registry. Do you know why?
Because it's already available to them through a family.
No.
I mean, no one uses it.
Well, besides that.
I gave you 2 good reasons. Now's the debate.
No, I read an article about it, so you're all wrong. No, they don't have storage for it.
Yeah.
So again, if it's one of those things we only use it once or twice a year, younger people are most of them want to be utilitarian. They don't have huge spaces to live in.
Who's got a hutch anymore?
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're like, why would I have a 2 foot by 2 foot space just reserved for saving this dinnerware that we don't eat on? So a lot of them are not selecting china as a wedding gift anymore.
Yeah. And I've read similar stuff where it's kind of like, what happens to grandma's china?
It's like, what happened to grandma?
What happened to grandma?
You pause. What happened to grandma's china?
China. And it would normally get passed down, but everyone acknowledges like it's a generational thing now. It's like there's
Right.
no need for these things. There's no use for them. But what you're pointing out too is like there used to be furniture dedicated to storing this thing that might get used once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a display piece, and like that furniture
Right.
is still out there, but it's probably going to be repurposed for some other.
Yeah, and also for people that have china today and they want to, hey, this is good china, I'm going to sell it. They get
Mhm.
upset because they're not
The
able
market's
to
not
ask the
there.
high dollar for it.
Yeah.
I have a friend that they actually have 2 sets of china because the first set came from the husband's first marriage. The second set came from the wife's first marriage, and they were both in their second marriage. And so they're like, well, we'll just get rid of this one set that we don't really care for. And they're essentially just having to give it away because no one wants to buy it.
I hope that wasn't fraught for them to have that conversation. It's like, this is from my prior marriage. This is from my prior marriage. Let's get rid of one of them.
That's a debate.
You know? Oh, you want to keep that one? Interesting. I'd like for you to tell me why.
No, I'll actually say I know this couple very well. Their reason for keeping certain things was like, well, I really like that gravy boat. And the other one was like, yeah, I really like it too. Let's get rid of the other one. Like,
He's thinking of having dinner with someone else's plates.
no. So, okay, this is totally going, let's go on a side adventure. So whenever I was dating my husband, I mean, of course, like I'm middle-aged, he's older than me. And I'm like, of course he's dated people before me. Also, I'm his second wife. So I'm like, I know there's people before Julie. I get that. And we pulled out a waffle iron one time and I was like, where'd you get this? He's like, oh, some lady I dated gave it to me. And I was like, oh, okay. And well, he ran into that lady not that long ago, maybe a couple of years ago. And she was like, oh my gosh, you know, don't tell your wife that you met me. Like, I'm sure she knows, you know, the backstory. And she's like, my wife knows about you. She actually has a thank you card to say thanks for the waffle iron. I was like, all the other gifts his girlfriend gave me, like I threw it in the trash. A waffle iron, definitely kept. It is a good investment.
I appreciate you, lady. I don't like.
Oh, they're all fine. They're all lovely people. But
Yeah.
I'm like, the waffle iron stayed. The rest of them left. So it worked.
But no, to your point, like, yeah, China. So where would I go to get cheap plates? Honestly, you bring up a good point. You want cheap dinnerware? Buy some china.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
used to be the most expensive plate in the house, and now it's probably the cheapest.
Yeah. Well, so let's change this up again. If you needed to buy a waffle iron, where do you think you would go to buy it used, but still a really good value?
I kind of get the theme here, and it seems like a garage sale would be the way to go because those folks are looking to, odds are they're looking to make space,
Right.
and they're willing to part with it at a lower price than someplace that's, you know, they've done their math and figured out here's the price that we probably want to go for.
So let me add some caveats into this, some parameters in here. Let's say you needed to buy a waffle iron within 2 weeks of a waffle breakfast that you wanted to make.
Oh man, why'd I commit to the waffle breakfast without a waffle iron?
I know, the plot thickens.
This was such a bad idea.
Okay, wait, can I tell you something? So my husband and I, we went to North Carolina a couple weeks ago, stayed at this hotel, and it was one of those hotels where like complimentary breakfast type thing. They had a waffle iron and they had 2 waffle irons. One was the original size Belgian waffle.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had one that could do 4 mini waffles. That 4 mini waffle, fantastic.
What made it so good?
Because I don't want the full Belgian waffle, but the mini
You can
got it
stack 'em.
crispy on the entire edge.
That is the key. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
key. You want that crunchy board.
Now I'm thinking about waffles. So let's say you have 2 weeks to buy a waffle iron. Is a garage sale still the place?
it's a gamble, right? You might strike out every garage you go to.
Hmm.
So at that point, I'm up against the clock. I don't know why I committed to like serving waffles at the VFW when I know I don't have a waffle maker. Why was I drunk when I volunteered for this? So I'm going to rotate to someplace that is going to reliably have waffle makers.
Yep.
And retail big box places come to mind, and there's different price points among those. So you're probably
Right.
going to hit your Walmart or something like that.
So here's what I would probably go to Goodwill.
Goodwill.
And there's several, I mean, and where I live, there's going to be several Goodwills within a reasonable driving radius. But for the most part, they're going to have a waffle iron because that is one kitchen appliance that people don't use that often and they're going to get rid of.
You're right.
So, like Goodwill, yes, a garage sale probably going to get you the cheapest amount, but if it's not readily available, probably Goodwill's going to have it.
It isn't that is one of the appliances that
We
there's
just
no
don't.
need for it until like, oh no, I have that luncheon that I agreed
Yeah.
to make happen.
Or you're like, man, I'm really drunk and I want a waffle right now.
Right. Like for me, the waffle maker is the toaster. You put it
Yeah.
in the toaster. It's
Yeah, we're not doing an Eggo waffle.
Yeah.
Come on, Jake. This is for the veterans.
oh,
Jeez.
you know what? You do got to support the troops, and you can't do it
With the,
through
you can't do it with the Eggo
waffle
waffle.
that came from a toaster.
No.
They took Hamburger Hill.
Yeah. Are you planning a garage sale, yard sale, or estate sale and need some help? Look no further than Garage Sale Supply. They provide top-notch resources and expert advice to help you host the perfect sale. From pricing tips to promotional strategies, they've got you covered. Visit garagesalesupply.com and make your next sale a success. Okay, so let's come up with another thing that if you had to buy it secondhand, where would you get it? Okay, since you're a dude, I'm going to ask you. A tuxedo.
Goodwill is not a reliable place to go. 'Cause I mean,
And this is going to be a tuxedo. You're not renting it. You need to buy a tuxedo.
Wow.
I know.
am I a maitre d' now? Why would I need a tuxedo all the time? Did I agree to the billionaire's terms and I'm gonna
No, this is why you need to buy a tuxedo. You are doing it as a Halloween costume, and it's going to get destroyed at the end of the night, so you cannot rent it.
what kind of party am I going to?
A really fun one.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Obviously, okay, my inclination here is like I don't want to buy it new. That's the last thing I want to do. So I'm gonna hit Goodwill and hope for the best. Odds are that's not gonna work out. I don't have a lot of faith in finding something that is so niche.
Right.
I don't know that I even have luck in vintage places because these things have specific use. Sure, maybe I start Googling. It's like, what are the secondhand wedding places?
Well, so where my mind goes, there's a couple places. Like one, I've been to Thrift Giant.
Thrift Giant?
Yes, and they have I'm going to say overstock clothing, sometimes used clothing, but they sell that type of stuff there. Again, it's going to be hit or miss on do they have a tuxedo and do they have a tuxedo that fits you? So more than likely, like if a man buys a tuxedo that is not already custom fitted to him, he's going to have to go get it tailored. But it's also for a Halloween costume. Who cares? The other thing I'm thinking is going to the places that rent them and ask if they have an older one that is for sale. Because those rental places, their tuxedos have a shelf life.
Right.
And at some point, they have to sell them or get rid of them or something.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of like how you can buy like the enterprise rental cars.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, right? Like, hey, they have a lot of wear and tear on them, still good quality. You're probably going to wear it twice before it rips up the pants.
Yeah. This one's available. It was last rented by an Italian.
Yo.
You'll want to shave the inside of this thing.
That is a spicy meatball.
It is a spicy meatball. Thrift Giant. What is Thrift Giant? I'm not familiar with that.
I went to one in North Texas one time with some girlfriends. It was a very large, we're gonna say like an old grocery store in a shopping mall type thing or a
Mhm.
strip mall. Um, it was a really interesting concept. So you walk in, they had a bunch of different clothes, they had artwork, they had toys, they had a plan have like this color means this percent off.
Right.
This color means this percent off. But every week they would change the percent off on the color. So whatever came in was higher priced versus something that maybe been there for 6 weeks and
Yeah,
that
it's
was
this
the
rotating thing. Like,
yeah. So they're not having to rotate the tags, they're just
the
rotating
signs.
the
Yeah.
signs.
Yeah.
And I actually I've bought quite a few like professional pieces of clothing there. I actually bought a round canvas picture that it's a soccer ball and it says something like girls run the world or something like that. And the friends I was with, they were like, "You're really into soccer, huh?" And I was like, "No, my plan is to paint the canvas into whatever I want it to be, and it's going to be artwork in my office." Do you know how expensive a round canvas is?
Mm.
Like you're looking at least $50.
Hmm.
And whenever I bought this thing with something already on it, knowing I'm going to paint over it, I'm going to add stuff to it, I bought that for like $8.
Dang.
So that's the other thing is I go into these places looking like what can I buy there and repurpose it for something. I also bought something for like home decor there that was pennies on the dollar. Um, so yeah, it was a really it's also one of those places I think that um, whenever they take in money, they also give to certain charities in the area. We did a previous episode on it. It wasn't that company that had gone into lawsuits, but a similar type of concept where they do take in secondhand items, but then they also take in things from stores that they didn't sell stuff, but they got because some of the clothing pieces that I got still have tags on them.
Like your recommendation there, as far as the tuxedo goes, is go to this kind of thrift supermarket. So
Yeah.
the volume of choice makes it more likely that you're going to find the kind of thing.
Well, and it's also really good quality stuff,
Mhm.
which don't always find at a Goodwill.
Well, I'm not that worried about that because this,
Tell
one
me.
way or another, this tuxedo is going to be tear away by the end of the night. So
Ooh, what kind of party? Listen, Jake, that's
you're the
not the
one that
kind of.
said it's either
I
that or
didn't
a
say
wood
that.
chipper. I don't know. One way or the other, there's still going to be a lot of fluid either way.
Okay, let's change it up again. Let's say the next item that you need to buy and you hurting for money, but you need to buy it. Let's say a lawnmower.
I've done that.
Cool, because I haven't, so I'm
But
interested.
you've made the point before that you and your husband's, lavish lifestyle, you don't do lawn equipment.
No.
Yeah, you have people.
Yes.
I don't have people.
Well, we also we did get rid of the lawn equipment that we had. We gave it to one of our friends, and I told him I was like, I don't care if you use this for your own yard or if you sell it, but just get it out of my garage. And he happily took it.
And that's part of the aspect of the appeal of garage sales that you've talked about before, is like people, they want that more than anything. I want this space back.
Yeah.
Even to the point sometimes that people go, I will give you $5 if you take this.
Yes.
Often, so for some of these, like you're pointing out, like tuxedo, waffle iron, lawnmower, I will concede sometimes this is kind of the value of something like a Facebook marketplace.
That's where I was going to go to.
Is that like, man, am I going to hit the 3 Goodwill shops to see if maybe they have one of these things, or can I just like use search and, oh, okay, yeah, that's in this, we work out something, go get it. And now that I'm thinking about it, that'd be my answer for the tuxedo too, maybe. Because like when you're describing, like the shop theoretically has cleaned this thing up to some degree. I can go and see the size.
Sorry, I was just saying, I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, Facebook Marketplace to me for the lawnmower makes complete sense. But part of me is going like, I've seen before on Facebook Marketplace where a lady is trying to sell a wedding dress because she's gotten divorced and she doesn't want. Part of me is like reaching out to her and be like, so since you're going through a divorce, does your ex-husband have a tuxedo that he's trying to
make it stand to reason?
So part of me was going like, that would be weird if someone's like, I don't know, I don't talk, like, ask him. or he probably rented it.
No,
Whatever.
lawnmower I've got in the garage came from that situation. Works excellent.
From Facebook Marketplace or a divorce lady?
Marketplace.
Oh,
Toro brand, self-propel, great deal.
why were they selling it?
They were the person selling it. They did the whole thing where I think it was a situation where they like buy out a storage unit or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And a lot of the auction items, like that's the business. Is like we buy storage units,
Yeah.
sometimes sight unseen, and we just kind of do that deal. And
And it worked. Like you didn't have to do anything to it.
still, no, yeah, perfect.
And that's one of those things like if you need a lawnmower, and a lot of people like if you don't mow your yard, you could get a citation from the city, or if you have an HOA or something like that. I'm going, the lawnmower is one of those things like if people are moving, especially moving out of state, they do not want to take lawn equipment because they don't want the fumes and all that stuff. Like they'll just buy new equipment whenever they get there. And we, like I said, we've had equipment that we don't use because we do have a lawn service. And so I'm like, well, why we don't need this taking up our space
Right.
and rusting, like it's not going to do anything. So I think, any type of lawn care equipment, Facebook Marketplace is kind of the ideal place to go searching for it.
I got to say, in terms of debate programming,
This isn't great.
no, like we seem to agree on too many things. You need to actually have, Hubert J. Moneybags on with you and actually have a debate.
But part of me is part of it is like there's some things that I think of like, hey, that'd be really great to buy at a garage sale. Then there's other things of like, you know what, it would be better to buy that at a boutique thrift shop.
I think for a lot of people though, that's a nuance that a lot of people don't really. There's not enough of a difference between those places to make one recommended over the other. There's some items that sure, like I'm more likely to buy a tuxedo from this place as opposed to a garage sale because did you really clean this? Did you really launder this? The shop, more likely they did.
Yeah.
And like this tuxedo hasn't been, it's not as potentially exposed to stuff like lice than this thing that's been through inventory over here.
Well, the thing with like garage sales, like there's scarcity. Well, like there's always a lot of garage sales, but you can't go back to that same house week after week.
You can, but you end up getting a citation or something like that.
Well, there's that. But it's like, a garage sale is kind of like a splash in the pan. It's a one-time thing. And
Yeah. It's a pop-up store.
Yeah.
That's what they are, yeah.
It is. And like there's such a huge benefit in garage sales because you can get things for super cheap, but the thing that you might need, they don't have.
Mhm.
So at garage sales, we tend to buy things we want and not need. Now at thrift stores, they tend to have similar objects. And so if there's something I need and I don't want to spend a lot of money, I can go to a thrift store and buy it. And as long as it's not like, hey, I'm not looking for a specific brand or
Right.
color or whatever that may be. And then estate sales, hey, I want to buy something that is good quality, maybe a collectible. I can go to estate sale because they're likely to have something. But then you can also go to antique stores. And again, you're going to be paying more money, but they're going to have the exact thing you want and they may have it authenticated and all of those things. So like there's all these different levels of a secondhand market and going, and then you throw in the Facebook marketplaces, you throw in any of the platforms that sell this stuff. And there's all these ways. I'm like, part of me is going, I get stuck in a efficiency loop of going, I only want to do the cheapest, most efficient thing. And because I can't figure out the most efficient way to do it, I won't do it.
Keep going with that thought.
No, it's a lot of therapy to
unpack. Like what we were saying earlier is like companies optimizing to the point that what they have to offer you is not meant to be good. It's meant to maximize profit.
Right.
And what you're saying is like, what I feel like there's some really cool stuff in what you're saying. Not what you said, because you don't say cool stuff. There's some cool stuff within.
And that's what a brother and sister sounds like.
But no, like the nuance of what you come to expect from a garage sale or a thrift shop or an estate sale, things like that. It sounds like you're saying like you become more mindful and intentional about your pursuit of consumption.
Yeah, very much so.
And you're saying like you try to like make it as efficient as possible, which sounds like the kind of the problem the marketplace faces when producers have run through that same mathematics.
Hmm.
What's the least we can get away with? And like what's the least that people will accept? And especially if they have no other choice. And what you're saying, like this is the same process you go through as a consumer. What's the path of least resistance for me?
There is that. There's also the thing at some point, what is the path of least resistance? And at some point, I'm just going to be like, you know what? I'm done. I'll just go buy it new.
Right.
Or I'll buy whatever's right in front of me because maybe I do need this thing. I think, again, here's my soapbox. We as a society have muddled what need and want are because we really don't need a lot.
Right.
But we tell ourselves and we are open to messaging and visuals of, well, I
That's how
need
you
to have
create a
that
market.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things like whenever you go to a garage sale, it's hit or miss. And again, I don't think people promote their garage sales in such a way to say what they're really selling and what the value that they have there. But it's also like, hey, for me, I don't need to go to a garage sale to buy baby clothes and baby toys. I'd love to go to a garage sale and buy food platters and Pyrex dishes and things like that. And whenever I go into a garage sale, it's just kind of like I'm walking into someone's life and do they have something that I want or that I want to regift or something like that. And you may walk in and go, oh, this is all baby clothes.
Right.
Or I walk in and it's the Pyrex Mecca. And I'm like, oh, I hit the jackpot and I'm going to buy a truckload and then like start using it or gifting it or whatever it may be.
From what you're saying, it seems to me like everybody's seen the garage sale signs.
Yeah.
There's the ones that people make with like, they buy some poster board or something like that. And then there's like the standard, like, white arrow on black background, garage sale that way. Seems like there's a missing space there where you kind of specify what you can find if you go 3 blocks this way, 2 blocks that way.
Right.
And you're more likely to get intentional traffic. People going, baby clothes. That's what I want. I'm definitely going this way.
Honestly, like I love fishing. So if I saw a sign that said garage sale fishing equipment, I would make a U-turn and go do that garage sale.
It sounds like something that
someone could target me with.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I'd probably buy it all.
I'm
not opposed to it. But yeah, I think it's interesting whenever we talk about the secondhand sales market. There's all these different ways to possibly purchase something. And a lot of times like, well, what's the cheapest? What's the biggest value I can get out of it? And sometimes you have to like rethink where you're going to go shop to make sure that you're getting the best price.
Interesting. Well, if nothing else, I mean, this has been a abysmal debate show. I'm supposed to sit here and like, call you a traitor to the country because we don't agree on where to get a waffle iron.
It wouldn't be the first.
Yeah. You're right. How do you feel about Belgian waffles? You mentioned those earlier.
I think they're delicious.
I agree. Apparently,
this is not a debate question either.
But there are some people that apparently think that Belgian waffles are completely like a waste. And I'm kind of like, why? Why would you think that? They're excellent.
Well, my heart goes out to those people because I don't think they've had a proper Belgian waffle.
I think you're right. It's impossible not to enjoy one.
Well, and then that is a good call to action. Go to your local Goodwill, buy a waffle iron, and perfect a Belgian waffle recipe.
Yes, you must do it. In a tuxedo, preferably.
And invite us over. Jacob will do your yard.
Yeah, right, in a tuxedo.
In a tuxedo. Yeah. Well, anyway, I wanted to bring it up. That's what we talked about.
I still believe you are against America in the spirit of a debate show. So.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.